Pickaxe.
Join us at patreon.com/castparty for a whole plethora of exclusive goodies. 5-day early access to every Cast Party episode, including Nocturne, ad-free episodes, behind-the-scenes info, exclusive bonus monthly one-shots, access to our community Discord, where our community plays D&D games together, has game nights, and hosts so much more, all for less than the price of a single cup of coffee per month. Aren't convinced? Try out a free trial. 7 days free to check out the content that we offer only exclusively on our Patreon. Patreon.com/castparty. Support your favorite D&D podcast, all while getting some awesome perks. Patreon.com/castparty. See you there, casting crew.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Cast Party. My name is Colin McManus, and I will be your director for today. I'm joined by Ryan McManus.
Ryan McManus playing Bjorg Jorgensen, the Jewel of Debauchery.
Anna Brisbane.
Anna Brisbane. Lenore Devere Chaos, very excited to push all the buttons.
Nigel Deacon.
Hiya, I'm Nigel, playing Jackal Campman, the leper loner striving for companionship and control.
Vince Perino.
I'm playing Tevin, the mechanism of discovery, reconstructing memories one piece at a time.
Raquel Skellington.
Hi, everybody. I'm Raquel Skellington, and I play Poppy, the tender-hearted giant.
And Luis Carrazzo.
Hey, everybody. I'm Luis Carrazzo. I play Santos, the reluctant Clavinator, depending on how this potential PvP goes.
Reluctant now.
We have to talk about what happened last time. Jackal grabbed the feather in the basement of Darian's estate. As he did, Bjorg's alarm at the back door went off, and he tried ushering everyone out of the building. Lenore and Santos continued through the basement, however, to a large closed metallic door, and as they opened it, they were pushed back by a wave of murky water. Behind the door, Darla, at least what was left of her in her resonated state, attacked with watery appendages. She grabbed onto Santos and Jackal and tried to drown Jack in her watery form. You all banded together to put her out of her misery, casting magical blasts of thunder, shooting bullets, slashing against the waves of her body with your weapons. But Poppy didn't need to use any weapons as she flipped into the room, angrily grabbed onto Darla with her bare hands, and split her in half. Hearing the armor, the dog, and Paprika coming into the basement, you all rushed out of the building. Poppy climbed through the rafters quietly. Lenore cast invisibility on herself and Bjorg. Jackal incapacitated the armor by overextending its knee joint. Tevin caused the blink dog to blink into a nearby cage. Bjorg stopped Paprika from going to get Lorien by impaling the book with his new switchblade. And Santos grabbed Paprika and began mending the book best he could. You rushed out of the building as all of the lights began to grow bright. And just as you were getting out of sight of Darian's estate, you heard Darian yell, "Santos," as he arrived with 4 elite Nightshade guards. They all rushed into the state as you continued running through Twin Rivers. Ducking into an alley to talk, Poppy left the group without a word, jumped onto a nearby roof, and ran across the rooftops. Santos continued to heal a now sleeping Paprika. The rest of you headed to Lenore's shack, where you spoke of what to do with the feather. Learning what a wish is and what it could do, Tevin demanded the feather to retrieve his memories. But at that moment, Jackal saw Desmond, Tevin's brother, arriving with their horse Pickles and calling for Tevin to come home. Asking how he knew where they were, Desmond responded, "I always know where my brother is." Jackal loosed an arrow into Desmond's arm just as Tevin exited the garden shed. Jack, at the same moment, felt a rock hit him from behind. Turning with another arrow drawn, he saw a sickly-looking child creeping away from him, and at his feet was a rock with a note tied to it that said, "A.17 now." Now for us, however, Tevin, you have just exited the garden shed. Lenore, Bjorg, and Santos still inside. The 3 of you hear a loud yell from Desmond just outside as Tevin, you watch the arrow from the nearby roof leaves Jack's bow and hits Desmond's arm as he recoils in pain. And so the scene is set. The question is, Tevin, what will you do next?
Immediately, you're going to hear this really quick and loud whir of those barrels coming out of my arm really fast. without even looking in the direction. I'm just aiming it up at where I think the arrow came from, not even looking, and just firing off every single round.
Roll me to hit onto Jackal, please.
19.
You may roll damage.
That's only 5 piercing.
Why do you want it to be more?
Tevin, you take that shot. You hear it connect with flesh. Jack, you feel from now your back as you have turned away from Tevin, a bullet hit your left arm. It's a sharp pain, but it just grazes it. Tevin, you hear from Desmond as he grasps onto Pickles. Tevin, back home now, covering fire. And you see he grabs Pickles and pulls on her reins to try and turn her around quickly towards the direction he came from. But Jack, what are you doing?
Basically fully ignoring the bullet wound. I'm still protected a little bit by the temp HP that I've gotten from everything, unless that's disappeared. So it's like barely a scratch. Quickly clock the situation here, looking back at Tevin, looking at Desmond, grabbing the note and bolting towards the prison, whatever direction that is.
I was going to keep my focus on Desmond while I'm just shooting in that direction. Basically running towards him and firing in that direction to try to get in front of him. I want to cover his body. So I don't know if I would notice Jackal.
You don't at all. You don't even know who it is, what it is. You just know that you hit something and it didn't sound like wood or stone. But you rush towards Desmond. Desmond has already gotten Pickles turned around, going back down the way they came. Pickles is still pulling the cart.
Flying outside.
Staying inside.
I'm going to go towards whatever entryway is in this shack. Are there windows here or?
There's probably small windows.
I'm going to that window frame and peering outside with partial cover, taking in whatever that commotion was that just happened.
I'm going to ask you for straight up wisdom, please, Santos. And I'm going to give you advantage on this.
The first roll is a 16. I'll take the 16.
You realize that there is a human man. He has put his hood back up. You can barely see his face. You see a little bit of shaggy, dark brown, almost black hair as he is grabbing this horse and running away from this shack. You can see he's holding onto his arm. What you clock immediately is the horse's color. It has this big white splotch on its chest, and it's pulling a two-wheeled wagon. And it looks exactly as the description you got from the woman who survived the attempted kidnapping.
Then I'm gonna fly after Tevin invisibly.
Tevin, you are following, rushing. You're able to get into the cart. You loose every single one of your bullets at this roof. Desmond is able to turn a nearby corner, getting a wall between him and where they were. You can see he stops quickly and gets onto Pickles as you're able to get completely into the wagon. You guys begin rushing through the city. You hear Desmond continuing to grunt with every gallop of Pickles, and you see him holding his arm where he was shot. As you're continuing to move, a nearby group of Nightshade guards are walking through the banks. As they see you, you hear them yell, "Hey, stop that cart!" Desmond looks back to you and he goes, "The box, now." And there's a small wooden box in this cart.
Breaking it open as fast as I can.
Rip it open, very flimsy. You knock the top right off its hinges, and inside you see two small, what look to be explosive devices. Pull it and throw.
Grab one of them and pull it, and as I throw it, while it's in the air, I want to just shoot around them to try to keep them in place so that they can't get away from it.
You reload your weapon quickly, and you're able to throw it and start shooting. So all of these guards who are rushing to stop you, stop in place. This explosive device goes off. A big puff of smoke and shrapnel occurs around them. You are able to continue moving through the banks very quickly. And eventually, after losing the guards, you rush Pickles and the cart back to the stables inside the gate to Alkin Family Mechanics. Desmond quickly jumps off Pickles, doesn't even look at you as he is rushing out of the stables towards the front main door. You can see he starts to unlock it. And Lenore, you are here. You are invisible. You are flying above. You see him open the gate. You see him rush into the stables with Tevin. Actively leaving Tevin in the wagon as he rushes towards the main door.
I don't sense her at all, right?
No.
I'm rushing right after Desmond. I'm just leaving the cart how it is and just going right after him.
You see he has quickly opened up the shop door and leaves it wide open. Lenore, you have plenty of time to sneak in at the same time. Inside the shop, you rush through a little entryway and you get into the main shop area. Desmond has run to a nearby cabinet and you see he pulls out a needle and injects himself into the arm that Jackal shot. Takes a moment to breathe. That's better. As Tevin enters, looks at you with rage in his eyes. Before you see he does the same thing. He closes his eyes, and when they open again, you can see much more calm on his face. You will no longer be seeing them, Tevin. They endangered you and your family.
What do you mean? They didn't do anything. They were just down in the other room. Nobody was there.
The rabbit shot me.
What do you mean, the rabbit? He had left. He wasn't even near us.
He was on the roof. He tried to stop me from seeing you. And he shows you the wound on his arm. And he did this.
He wouldn't. He knows who you are.
That makes it worse. You will not see them again, Tevin.
He wouldn't do something like this to me. Or to you. They have taught me much. We would be losing out on a lot if you didn't let me stay with them.
We have gains to make here, Tevin.
How? How do we make gains here when I have done nothing but make gains out there?
It's final, Tevin. You will not see them again.
Stand staring at him, emotionless, expressionless. Eventually just drop my head. As you say, brother.
We have security to worry about tonight, until we can get the guard to go and take care of those criminals. Besides, Tevin, I wanted to show you something.
Something new?
New to you in this state. Follow me.
As you say.
If we can't get your memories back all at once, we'll build them back brick by brick. I must urge you again. Family is all that matters, brother. But please, follow me. And you see he starts to head downstairs into the basement of the shop.
Continue on and follow him.
Tevin, you have not been down here since the moment you woke up. As you descend the stairs, you see this area is much smaller than you remember. It's only about 20 foot wide, maybe 20 foot long. Nowhere near the size of the whole building. And you watch as Desmond is bent over in a corner, struggling, until you hear a loud clank sound. One of the walls here begins to open up, revealing the rest of the basement, including the areas that you remember. You see the large dumpster-like crate in the corner, dried blood along the ground everywhere here, a few tables that look to be holding medical equipment. One has scalpels and saws and various liquids in jars. Another holds a large container connected to a gas canister. There's even IV bags and stands that are scattered through this room. On other tables, metallic humanoid parts on them, in some cases full torsos, heads, eyeballs, jawbones. And you see the table that you woke up on. Right now, you see another metallic humanoid in this space, another one of these beings much like the ones in Darian's basement, though you see no movement as it lies motionless on the table. Desmond moves over to a desk haphazardly placed nearby this metallic being. He doesn't even look at it as he moves over and starts rifling through the drawers.
I'm going to make my way over to that new body. I want to compare it to myself.
I'm going to have you roll me investigation.
4.
The base of what you can find is that it's very similar in structure to you. This one's a bit more complete.
More complete in the areas that I'm not complete?
It looks like it's more solid in general, like it has more metallic covering over all of it. This is what will keep us safe tonight. It's time to remember what we do here, Tevin.
But it's not alive.
Not yet. And you see he pulls out a small glowing device from one of the drawers.
And is that how you brought me back?
No, Devin, no. He comes over and he puts his hand upon your shoulder. Because Devin, you are special. This is a hunk of metal. That's one that I messed up and I'm scrapping for parts. You're different, Devin. And someday you will remember our dream.
But what if I mess up in the future? Will you not just scrap me like that one?
Devin, I hate to say it, but you've messed up already and I haven't scrapped you yet. Because you're more than just metal. You're my brother. We might not have the memories. We might still be finding them, but they are there. You, Tevin, you're living proof of our dream come reality.
When will you tell me what this dream is? When will you show me?
I'll show you right now. And you see he moves over to this other metallic being. He opens the chest cavity, much like yours, and inputs this device. And you can see it slowly starts to move and sit up on this table. Its movements are just that. They're so mechanical. It does not look at you. It does not have normal human interaction to know to look at beings who are speaking. It just sits up and sits on the table. Now this here, lifeless form, has just that, no life. What it does have, longevity, made of materials that will last a lifetime or many lifetimes. We've loved each other since we were children, since our parents passed away, since it was just us here in Twin Rivers, and I couldn't bear to lose you, and I couldn't bear to think of you without me here either. And we had always dreamed that there'd be a place that you and I could live forever. And this is that dream. Putting our minds into bodies that can last millennia. All of our experiments were failures. All of the others died in the process.
The others? What others?
Those we attempted to give Eternals.
Where did they go?
They don't matter. They don't matter anymore, Tevin, because we have you. You were the first one to live through the process. You still have emotions. You still have memories, albeit fading. But I will continue to work on it until we can get you back to your normal self. But right now, all that matters is you're alive. And these, and he knocks on the one that just sat up, are not.
Why was I first? Why did you not go first? Why are you not one of these Eternals, you call it? Why are you not an Eternal now, like me?
Someday soon. I always was going to be first, and then something happened, and we needed to do it then and now with you. Or I was going to lose you. And I wasn't going to lose you, brother. Just know that our dreams are coming true. Your dreams are coming true. And we will continue to work on them until you have every single one of your memories back.
What shall you have me do now? Keep searching.
Go rest. It's been a long day. I'll have the guards set up and we can speak about anything you'd like in the morning.
As you say. I suppose I will go now. I shall see you in the morning. Give a little bow to him. As I walk away, am I going to walk by that crate or box, whatever it is, the contraption that has that dried blood around it?
The dried blood is all over the floor, but you do see one large container made of black metal in the corner. It is not on your way back up the stairs. In fact, it's past where Desmond and this being are standing.
I want to clock that, go upstairs, and go into my room. I am not going to go into full sentry mode, though.
Lenore, are you following Tevin or are you staying down here?
I'm staying down here. I'm mostly waiting in the like top right corner of the room and just kind of watching. I do touch my foot down so I don't have to flap my wings.
Desmond stands here with the being, watches as Tevin goes upstairs, and a moment later he takes a deep breath and he grabs a nearby wrench, hits the being across the face, and it does not recoil. He breathes heavily. He just makes me so angry sometimes. Crosses some wires on the inside of its chest cavity. It begins to stand up. Front door. Sentry mode. Defend. Pats its shoulder. The being continues to very robotically move upstairs. Even from where you are, it sounds like it heads towards the front door. Desmond takes another deep breath, and he continues out of the basement. You see he goes over to a nearby desk that's in this smaller portion of the basement, pulls open a drawer, and you can see he takes out a small flask of alcohol, drinks a little bit, and you can see he starts moving towards that same corner where you saw him doing some sort of mechanism to close the wall.
Does the wall slide close or like hinge?
It's more like a folding up slowly, almost like an accordion.
I'm gonna quietly grab one of these tools on the south wall off a table and just kind of wait next to the wall and wait for it to start closing and for him to turn his back.
I'm going to ask you to roll me investigation as well. This is going to be like an overall your time in this area, what you may have seen or discovered.
I'm gonna use a luck point to give me advantage.
Is that the new lucky?
Yeah. 11.
You see a few things here. Everything that Tevin has seen, everything you heard. In another corner of this room is a couple of large boxes. They look to be pretty heavy duty, inside which one is open, and you can see one of these metallic humanoids is lying in it as if ready for shipment next to other weapons. Just to the right of this crate is what looks to be like a bulkhead door that would go outside from here.
Oh. Okay, I'm still gonna grab a tool, and assuming he starts to shut the door and leave, I'm gonna put the tool in between where the door would close so it doesn't close all the way on.
I'm just gonna say you can do that. He starts the closing process, but this process takes a moment, and he's already walking up the stairs and starting to swig.
So once he's gone, I really want to take my time. I want to look in this trash dumpster in the corner. I want to look in all the closed boxes.
You can see that it just has a few latches on the front. You're able to undo them. As you open them, I'm gonna ask for a Constitution saving throw, please.
10?
The smell immediately hits you and makes you instantly nauseous. As the smell of rotten flesh, desiccated bodies fills the air. Inside, you see sometimes full bodies, other times just parts. Here's an arm, here's a leg thrown into this dumpster amongst bloody sheets.
I just want to take note of what kind of people are in here. How many?
It's hard to tell, maybe 6 to 8.
Oh! Okay, I'll close it. I want to open more boxes.
One box in the southwestern portion of the room, it is on one of these long medical tables. It's easily 6.5, maybe 7 foot long, 2 foot tall, 2 foot wide. And you see it's got a gas container connected to one of the shorter sides along the top portion of it with some shoddy wiring. And it looks like there's 2 latches on the front, and you would be able to open it up.
I'm gonna open it up.
You hear a hissing sound as cold, gaseous air spills from the box. As you have to push the top open, the rest of this air spills out onto the ground. Inside the box, you see a human man. He has shaggy brown hair, much like Desmond, but it's a bit more trimmed up. You see a similar crook in his nose to Desmond. Dried blood along his abdomen and along the palms of his hands. Wounds across the majority of his torso. Long incisions down and across the chest that have been sutured back together, along with a smaller wound along the left side of his abdomen. You see the same stitches hiding underneath his shaggy hair. But the sutures haven't closed. The eyes aren't open. There's no breathing from this man. He is dead.
Oh, boy. Oh, no. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Okay, close it. I want to open up the one that's ready for shipping. And I want to look for something that looks important to take from it.
Oh, I'm going to have you roll me Arcana.
Okay, I'm going to use another lucky point. Okay. Dirty 20?
You're able to, even though it's already packaged up, ready to get into, you can open up the chest cavity and you can find locations that you think, oh, that looks really important. You're able to pull out some wiring that's connecting some things.
Okay, I take it and put it in my bag. Can I take a look at this door? Does it seem locked, trapped?
It does look like it's heavily locked from this side. It is not just one lock. It's 2 different locks.
I want to investigate these guns in a box.
It looks like these are what they sound like. They're revolvers to be implemented onto arms like Tevin's.
How big and heavy is this box?
About the size of a suitcase.
I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna leave out the locked door. I'm gonna fly away so fast. Also, I want to take the tool out. Once I confirm that that door will open, I want to take the tool out to let the wall close completely. And then I leave.
Where did the rest of you leave off after Lenore left?
I'm there with Bjorg. I think I immediately started to, as I saw the wagon take off, I wasn't able to see Lenore. All that activity happening so quickly. I just stare out that window way, kind of half peeking out, watching that wagon disappear. And I slump down and I take out a piece of paper and I start writing down a bunch of notes on that.
What did you see? What happened?
Hold on. I just need to make sure I get this down before it falls out of my brain.
Yep.
And I start out loud describing the horse, describing the wagons, and sort of details about them. At the crime scene that I had been to, I'm sure I had taken some measurements of the distance between the wheels and those kinds of details in my reporting. I go through my papers, go back to those notes that I have, and out loud, Bjorg, you could just hear me jotting down as I kind of subconsciously mutter those kinds of details, the wagon, the wheels, just describing them, the distance apart, and putting 2 and 2 together. And I'll stop after a couple moments of that, and I'll look right at you, Bjorg. Tevin's brothers, who's been kidnapping people, and now I have just at least my own evidence of that, my eyewitness testimony. So it seems the wagon that I just saw, the horse, everything, all those details, it matches the wagon at the crime scene.
It was a very bad time to figure this out when we can't go back to your higher-ups and go to the fucking guard. But at least we have a lead. You figured out, hey, you solved the case. That's fun, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a step in that direction. Why would he do that? What's going on? We know that he is Lenore? Lenore.
I think she followed. I think she left. One moment, Santos. As you see Bjorg reach his hand up to his ear. Lenore, are you in the shed?
I'm trailing Tevin and Desmond. I'm on the case.
Oh, God, she left. Yes, she is trailing that exact cart. She is invisible. Do you want me to relay any information? Do you want her to gather anything if she happens to find her way inside?
Tell her to take note of whatever she observes and to be careful because Tevin's brother is absolutely bad news.
Lenore?
Yeah. I don't know why I'm whispering. It's in my head.
It's okay. You get used to it eventually. Be very, very careful.
I'm always careful.
Yeah, okay. Devin's brother is very, very dangerous. He's the one who's been kidnapping people across the city. If you can get inside when you get there, be safe. But Santos would like any notes, anything you can take along with you, any details that you come across. Please remember everything.
Okay, this is so fun. Okay, I'm on it.
If you need, relay it back to me. Santos is writing like crazy.
Okay. I'll check back in a bit.
Over.
Over.
Yeah, she's going to try to break in, Santos.
Oh, man.
What do we do?
I don't want to do anything, Bjorg. I feel like I've done enough and I'm tired. I'm not going to chase anybody down, not tonight. You can if you want to.
No. I'm much too exhausted after that, but I'm unsure where Tevin lives.
I know where Tevin lives. I've been there.
Is it close to the riverfront?
Why? What's at the riverfront for you, Bjorg?
That's where my room is, at least for the next couple days. And you can't go back to your place, so if you'd like, please feel free to join me. We can get food, drink, you have a place to stay. I'm not sleeping on the floor this time, though.
Yeah, fine. Let's get out of here. If Lenore needs us, she'll let us know. I know I can't quite go back to Carmina right now, and certainly Darian is out to get me, but I do have a friend in that group. And if I need to, I can deliver whatever I have to her, Linnea. Maybe she'll get all this information to the proper place.
If you'd like, I might have a way for you to do so without you even being there, as long as we can wait till morning. I need to get back to my car and do some repairs, to say the least.
Okay. Let's go, and then maybe you can help me piece together some of what we have right before us.
Always helps to talk it out.
Oh, my spine! Sir, what happened? Paprika is starting to rouse from her sleep.
Oh, Paprika, no!
Paprika, I'm gonna need you to just come with us.
Yes, of course.
Bjorg, you have a bag, right? That you put stuff in and it kind of goes away?
I have a pocket.
Magic pocket, right? Or is it just a regular pocket?
No, it's magic.
I hand Paprika over to you.
Paprika, do you want to live in my pocket? There's a lot of stuff in there, just please be careful.
Will you take me out every once in a while?
Of
Sure.
course.
That sounds better than being in that very hot kitchen.
You need some rest, Paprika, so it's a good place for you to catch up on that, at least for a little while.
I open the suit jacket. Stay away from the oil, please. And I drop her in. Santos, please don't let me forget that she's in there.
I can't believe our new NPC pet is a talking book.
Okay, Bjorg, what do you know?
What do I know? What do you mean? About what?
About, I don't know, what secrets are you hiding? Tevin has a brother that's working with Darian, and he's responsible for people that are going missing. How much of this do you think Tevin knows?
My guess is none. It doesn't seem like he knows much.
And then Poppy just takes off out of nowhere, and Jackal takes off out of nowhere, and we already know how Lenore is.
True.
I just want to know whatever secrets you guys are all hiding. If we're supposed to be in this together, you all seem to be out for yourselves. And I just want to know right now, right here with you, are you like that too?
Not that I'm aware of. I've been pretty open. If there's anything you need to ask me, please feel free, but nothing comes to mind as far as secrets. I told you I woke up in an alley. Haven't had memories before that since. I thought it was a bout of amnesia. I thought people were after me.
You really have somewhere to stay? You're not just sleeping on the streets?
Yes, I have somewhere to stay, Santos!
All right. I need to get some of this down. I need to get as much information to Linnea as possible, and if you have a contact that can help get it there, then that would be very helpful.
Of course I do. I made him.
What do you mean you made him? Who'd you make?
Corvus. He just needs to know where to go.
Well, you lead the way, and I'm just gonna scribble down some stuff. Don't ditch me.
No, of course not. But, fuck. Have you seen the Matter Daddy?
The what?
The Matter Daddy?
I don't know what that is.
Damn it.
What is that?
What's what?
What did you call it?
Never mind. Don't worry. Bad attempt at a joke. I just wanted someone to ask how I was feeling for once, but okay. Let's go, Santos!
What's a matter, Daddy?
Oh, it's too late. Thank you for humoring me, though. Oh, when I get back to my cart, would you let me use my flashback? I want to have grabbed the music box from Darian's basement on our way out.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You guys get comfortable in the tavern. I want to jump over to Poppy. Poppy, when you left, where'd you go?
She's hopping rooftops. She's roaming fast, roaming quick, like she's got somewhere to go. Beneath that mask is a well of tears, and the ring in her hand that she's grasping feels like it's 1,000 degrees, even though it's not really warm at all. She just keeps going. vaguely in the direction of the farm, but not really. It's like her legs are just carrying her as fast as they can take her. Eventually, she starts breathing. She can't really see. Her eyes are just cloudy with tears, and she slips. She slides down a roof and lands on her ass in an alley where she just lets out. No! I can't do this again. I can't do this again. It was fine. It was different. She gets up, dusts off her pants, pulls down her mask just to get some air. She cannot think. She cannot think. Her body is going a million miles an hour. Her head is spinning. She throws the ring. She just tumbles to the ground. She's crying a mess. I don't know what I'm gonna tell him. I don't know if I could go home. It was supposed to be different. I asked for my wish and I got it, and now I don't want it ruined. I don't know these people. They're gonna take everything from me. And she sits there in the alley. Her hair probably comes undone. It's actually surprisingly long. She just tries to calm herself, but nothing seems to be working.
You're not even 2 blocks from the farmhouse, and yet you've never felt further from comfort. Taking long, deep breaths best you can. The only changes you feel are it's brighter. There are more lights on along all of the streets all of a sudden. You notice over time as you're sitting here, comfort's not coming. Reminders are. Right now, there's a lot of guards walking through the banks, and that doesn't normally happen. They're patrolling.
She breathes deep. Her hands are shaking. She picks up the ring, puts it in her pocket. Rapid memories flashing, both of her childhood in Akaria and at home. Her head is splitting. It feels like she's both who she was and who she is, simultaneously, but also separately, all in one time. She shakes her head and tries to steady herself. With the guards roaming, she knows she's not safe. Not with all the suspicion. Not with this ring on her. She has to get home. She doesn't tie up her hair in the ponytail that usually lays at the back of her neck. She climbs up the wall, gets back on the roof, and tries to make it home.
You see the guards are in groups of 2, 3 at a time. They don't look like they're going any specific direction. It looks more, as you watch them, that they are simply here to patrol. But this doesn't happen often in the banks. It definitely doesn't happen near Wraithwood, and even in this case, most of them don't get close to the farm. You're able to time yourself slowly in the shadows, making sure you're not seen, and get back to the farmhouse. The farm itself is very quiet. When you get there, you don't even see lights on upstairs, though it's pretty late.
She approaches the house, thinking about Santos and everybody when she took them to see her magnificent home. Yeah, it's shabby, but they don't know what it means to her. How could they? They barely know each other. Shakes her head, and she goes inside. She goes up.
Creaking up, you see a small hallway. To the right, you know there is a bathroom and a closet, and then to the left is Pop's room. Looks like the door is fully closed, and you don't see a light on or any candle inside.
She puts her ear to Pop's door.
After a moment, you hear a loud snore, just a single gasp in for air.
Just slides with her back down on the door and weeps and just goes, I don't know what to do. You're all I have. But I also miss my family too. Being around these people and feeling such joy. But also fear and misery makes me wonder if sometimes if they miss me too. If my want to get away was just a mistake. But also I'm better here. It's better here. I'm better here. I don't want to get in trouble again. I was supposed to just live a better life. I wanted to be better. I wanted to do better, Pop, and I can't let it happen again. I don't want to get mixed up with criminals again. I worked so hard to get away from it all. Poppy, in front of Pop's door, just sits down, looks up to the ceiling, and I think she's going to try and take her meditation.
It's quiet, listening, trying to rest best you can. A few moments later, you hear another snore from behind the door. And you move to that peaceful place. Lenore, on your way home, you get to the shed. Bjorg and Santos are no longer here.
As soon as I'm out of the place, I would be calling Bjorg.
I'm out. I saw so many bodies, and I took note in my head of what they looked like and what kind of people they were. And I stole guns.
Yep.
And
One second. Okay, I'm gonna hand the phone over to Santos, okay? I don't want to be the person in the middle of this. I'm gonna get details mixed up. I'm just gonna pass you to Santos, okay? Hold on, 1 moment.
I take the ear cuff off. Santos, do you have your ears pierced?
I don't.
Noted. Bjorg actually makes a mental note of that, though, as he hands over an ear cuff regardless.
Mm-hmm.
This just tucks behind your ear. If you just think it's gonna go to Lenore, she has words for you.
hello. Santos, hi!
Hi.
I saw so many dead bodies.
Okay, and can you describe any of them?
Yeah, there was one like this, and like this, and like this, and like this, and like this. And like this and like this. There was like 6 to 8 of them.
Noting all of those thises in great detail.
What about that shaggy one?
That was separate, and he was all cold, and he kind of looked like Desmond.
What do you think that means?
He had incisions all over his body, and he was dead, but he was like preserved.
Did you do anything to mess up whatever that preservation was?
No, I mean, I opened it, and some cold air came out, but then I closed it again, and I sealed it, and it continued.
Okay.
And I stole guns.
What?
And I sabotaged a robot that he was shipping out so that when he sends it to one of our enemies, it can't hurt us.
Okay, taking note of all of that separately, not in the document that I'm going to be sending to Nightshade. Are you staying at your place tonight, or are you needing...
Well, I don't know if I should, because he knows we were there.
I don't think you should.
And I stole guns.
How are you hiding those things that you stole?
I'm just carrying them right now. They're in a suitcase.
Fly very high so people can't see you, hopefully, and...
Okay.
Bjorg is going to tell you where to meet us, because he apparently has a place to sleep.
Maybe Bjorg can put them in his magic pocket.
That sounds great. Where Paprika is.
Don't give Paprika guns.
Here, handing you back to Bjorg.
Lenore can't go back to her place because she's done Lenore things and needs to hide things.
I take the ear cuff from you, but before I put it on my ear, at this point, someone's gonna have to fucking split this room with me. I can't have 3 people in here. I'm paying for everything? What the fuck?
Hi, Lenore.
Hi.
You need a place to stay?
Yeah, where are you?
I'm in the riverfront because I'm not homeless and I have a place to stay.
Sounds like something someone homeless would say.
Come to the tavern. It's Henrik's. You'll find it. It's in the riverfront. It's a nice tavern, a very nice tavern. I have a wonderful room.
Wow, so not homeless.
It could easily fit all 3 of us, and if we stay another fucking night there, you're splitting it with me.
Oh, okay. You can have one of the guns.
Guns?
Yeah, I stole guns.
Oh, of course you did. Okay. We'll see you soon.
Okay, over.
Over and out.
As soon as, well, I don't know, that's all happening in your mind, so I'm just staring at you waiting for a signal that you're done.
His furrowed brow stops.
Yes, exactly.
My face finally, releases. She'll be here soon.
I'm going to hand you some papers. This is what I need delivered to Linnea over at the Nightshade Complex. I don't know if you and your companion can find her. We should get out of here and meet Lenore up in your room.
Yes, I just have to grab some stuff from my cart, get all my things ready, and then we can go up and just hide away for the night.
Okay. I'll follow your lead.
You got it. Grab Santos and start bringing him up to my room. For the rest of the night, I will be working on repairing Corvus from the last time he exploded, and other things that require long rest.
Lenore is able to meet you there. Jackal, you jump and you run. You're running real fast towards the prison. You do also notice during this time, does seem to be more guards out than usual. You're able to make it to the prison. As you enter, there's no man sitting at the desk this time. The door to your left, which he normally waves to unlock, is just open.
I stop because I assume has never happened before. Walk up to the desk still and peek over just to make sure he's not like on the ground. See if there's anything interesting on the desk while I'm looking.
Pretty much empty. You see a couple pieces of paper that have scheduling on them, a couple of writing utensils. Nothing that exciting.
Can I take the scheduling paper? I'm going to take that and I'm going to tuck it away somewhere in my stuff. And then I will just continue the normal route that I would take to A.17.
You continue through the maze of hallways, again, like bicycle spokes around central small rooms. Moving through each of the letters, again, find yourself at the long hallway with only A.17 at the end.
I walk in, set my stuff down, and I approach the chair that's there. Business as usual, I do up the bonds that I can, and I wait.
You shackle yourself to the chair, and as you are fully shackled, the light above you goes completely dark, and it's pitch black. A few moments later, you hear the familiar crack from the door. You hear the footsteps echo through the hallway, getting louder just as they always do. You hear them, and expect them to disappear. Except they keep coming closer. And these footsteps are hurried, and they seem heavier than normal. There's no silence that leads to the pain in your bicep. There's just the sound of these loud footfalls getting closer and closer. Until suddenly they stop. It's dark, but you can feel a presence just a few feet in front of you. And you hear a slight exhale from a nose, almost like a laugh. Until there's suddenly a hand around your neck, pushing your head to the back of the chair, squeezing just hard enough to start cutting off a bit of oxygen. You killed her. Santos brought you and your little friends into my home, and you killed her. And yet you still come here, following orders like a good little pet. You took the feather, her only chance at life again. And he squeezes again and knocks you into the back of the chair. And I will take it back, but not before I kill each and every one of those who wronged me and my family. And he grips your neck harder until you can't breathe. You will bring them to me. You will be the bait. They will come to save you. And when they do, I will watch each of them die slowly by my hand. And then you, Jackal, will finally have your purpose fulfilled. Your training is done. Your master is ready to use you for your true purpose. And you will get to live on a new life, knowing that you were the reason that those you hold most dear were slaughtered.
You failed her, jackass.
And his hand lets go of your neck until you hear a metallic ting as someone flicks a needle. You then feel the sharp pain once more in your right bicep. This time you can watch the needle go in. And you fade to black. And for today, that's a wrap.
Oh, good lord.
Well, that sucks.
He called him a
Whoa.
pet.
A pet. Yeah, I know. That was crazy.
I'm so excited to talk this episode behind the scenes at patreon.com/castparty. Next week, we're doing it right here, right now. Goodbye. I want to talk. So bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, Gertrude, you've missed quite the day out there in Twin Rivers. Business was colorful, to say the least. First in the morning, a new guy shows up. He bought a potato and handed me a gemstone and said, "Keep the change." I don't know if we're rich or cursed now. Then Anne came, bless her heart, trying to haggle over a bag of apples. She offered me a lifetime supply of good vibes as payment. Told her I can't keep my kids fed on good vibes. And oh, you wouldn't believe what bass drop tried to pull today. Claimed he could play a lute so loud it'd make my bread rise faster. I thought he was hitting on me. Havoc Hopsack stopped by too. Said he needed a new sack to carry his collection of chaos. I didn't ask. Just gave him the sturdiest bag I had. Dubward? Yes, of course he came by. He offered to trade me an invisible sword. I told him to get lost, but he stood there, miming a duel. That is until the guards showed up. Sainty Love came next. What a character. Came by selling pre-blessed vegetables. You want divine carrots? He's your guy. Oh, and then Eric 5. He's not even the original Eric, you know. He came by yelling about how Eric 3 stole his idea for enchanted turnips. Turnips! Forerunner ran past the cart again, screaming, "The goats are loose! The goats are loose!" No idea what that was about. Though I did see Heather chasing a goat a couple hours later. Oh, and Isuik, you'd have loved this. He asked me if my tomatoes were elementally aligned. What does that mean? Jesky Fire came by looking for fireproof gloves, said her last batch burned up when she tried to catch a phoenix feather. Who even does that? Oh, and you missed Jonas today. Oh, my best customer. Always buys a wheel of cheese, no questions asked. The man respects good dairy. And then there's Judgment Day. They came shouting, "The end is nigh," while buying a dozen double chocolate chip muffins. I mean, if the world's ending, I guess sweets are the way to go. Kaylee traded me a pocket wash that she swears runs on moonlight. It doesn't even tick, though, but she smiled so sweetly I didn't have the heart to refuse. Lexi and Opti set up shop just across the street selling hats that double as birds' nests. Ryan tried one, and now he's got a pigeon roosting on his head. And Bubba! The lad bought 3 watermelons, one for eating, one for juggling, and one for, he said, well, just in case. I respect that. And finally Winkle came by, muttering about how she's not legally Winkle anymore. Bought a disguise kit and slipped away into the crowd. Don't think I'll ever see her again. And Gertrude, to end the day, I saw a metal man on a cart, and he threw bombs at guards. How could someone do such a thing?